Hello, hello. Welcome back to this beginner ClickUp series. Today we're going to be diving into ClickUp Views. But before I jump into this, my name is Kara Lee. I am a ClickUp expert and I have trialed over 40 project management systems over the years, and I have landed on ClickUp, and I believe it is the best system to be able to scale. From solopreneur all the way up to a 6+ figure CEO, I have worked with many different businesses in those realms. I more specifically work with service providers and coaches that primarily work online. All right. So we're going to be talking about how to use the different views inside of ClickUp. And of course, I'm going to share my screen. We're going to walk you right through it. That's how we do things around here. And so if you have any questions, go ahead and drop those in the comments. All right, so here I am in my demo account. This is a free account, so you can go ahead and get started. The more and more that you end up using some of these features, you will need to upgrade. However, I want to make sure you can get started and then upgrade when it feels necessary. All right, so right inside of here, I have a few different spaces inside of the free account. As of recording this anyway, you can have 5 free spaces. So in this case, I have operations, clients, marketing, SOPs, offers. You can make them however you want. You can make them as broad or as streamlined as you want. Simple, right? So in here, I have some finances, one-time tasks, recurring tasks, and master calendar. All right. But we're just going to focus on this one-time tasks and the reoccurring tasks today, because we're going to now be able to see these how these views up here work. So this is views inside of lists. So right now I have this as default, or it's going to automatically give me a board view and a list view. But we can create a lot of other views in here. So this is the list view. I'm going to show you the board view. This is the board view. Essentially, with the board view, we can move these things over, right? And it's going to automatically move them over here. So these are going to be a little bit of the differences. And so we're taking the same information that's included in this one singular list, and we are compiling it to look at it in different parameters, okay? So we can press view, and these are all the options here. You can also pin the view, which means it's going to be the default one over here on the left side. So let's say, for example, I want to see these one-time tasks and I want to see it on a calendar. So I can literally click calendar, and now it's going to show you, obviously it has a few other things in here, like now it's going to show you how you can have different things on here. This is the only one that has a due date. Okay, so that makes sense. We're going to need to come back here and put due dates on things in order for it to show up, right? So in order for it to show up on a certain day. So let's put this right here. Let's put this one here. And this one's in progress. So it's probably, we're going to put this one due tomorrow. Okay. So now we have the calendar. Now we have a few different ones. It's color coordinated as well, based off of what part of what your status is. Okay. So there's a lot of different things here. We can use a calendar view. Let's go ahead and look at a few other views. Let's see if it's a table, if a table makes sense. I'm not a huge fan of table, but we can absolutely have it as a table view, but there's no other information. It's not like from a form, so a table view doesn't really make a whole lot of sense for this information. Let's see, you can have timeline, workload, team. Like there's so many different things. I encourage you to dig into this and just kind of like give each one of these a go after you've input some information. Okay, so let's go ahead and go through how we can let's just customize this specific list. How can we, these are a different view. Now, how can we actually customize it over here? So we have a list, we can name it whatever we want, right? You could put one-time tasks, it can stay list, whatever you want. Then we have some layouts. And so we want to customize what this view looks like. So we're going to show the empty statuses. I probably don't need to do that. We don't need to pin a description. So you can come down through here and start saying, well, if there's subtasks, I definitely want them, I want to know what it belongs to. So I want that out there. Okay, so that's all of them that we want here. You can also have it wrap text, meaning it's going to show the whole thing. And that's also kind of important. If you're compiling a lot of different like information into one view, you're going to want to turn on the task locations. But currently, we're in the same in the one list, right? So we don't have to worry about that part. We're going to come back here. Now we're like, okay, what do we want to have shown? So these are all of our options that are already built in. There's also a few other ones it looks like that are created in the workspace at the workspace level. So we could have like, maybe you're working with a team and you actually want to have the comments show up. So we could put comments could show up. Maybe we want the status to show up over here in the right-hand side as well. Let's see. What else could be kind of important? Maybe a start date. Yeah, that would be good. Maybe a start date. Okay, so you can come down through here if you're having time estimates, time tracked. Like there's so many things. And you can also create your own custom field as well. So essentially here, I'm like, ooh, I want this start date. So we're going to have to bring the start date over here. You can leave priority or not leave priority. Let's say the mapping, well, actually changing the priority, you're going to have to upgrade. So we're actually just going to hide that. I currently have the business version, so I can use whatever I want pretty much. And this is where comments are going to show up. As you can see, there's a comment right here. So that's how that shows up right there. Kind of cool, right? And I know in another one I put like how you can do these different things, but there's like checklist items, right? These two are completed, different things like that. So let's see what other view could we customize here? Let's actually do the calendar one. Let's customize this view. It's the same idea as we just did. We're going to have the start and end dates. Yes, we want it to do that. We're going to show it by task status. Yes, we're going to color the task by that. There's nothing else we can actually color it by in here. Time format, 12 hours. We're going to have it show the weekends. Yeah, they're a little darker gray, right? And we're going to leave the rest of these the same. So we're going to now go back and we're going to see, do you want to sync with the calendar? As you can see, I have one of my calendars synced on here. What field do I want it to show? So it's going to show up right here. So as we toggle these on, it's going to show, oh, look, it's assigned to me. The priority. Let's see, we need, parent name. Well, these are all parent tasks, but if it had subtasks, it would also show those. There we go. And you can put filters in here as well. If you want this view to only show something that's maybe in a specific status, maybe everything assigned to a specific person. Okay. Things like that. You can obviously turn on autosave, which is always good. You can also make these views like public, so you can, or like send it to someone so they can view it. You can also update permissions and whatnot down here as well. Okay. So this is how we can very quickly integrate a lot of things in here and make it super simple. See, you can see that this is the only one that has that is toggled on, but you could easily have any of these other ones added in here. Let's say, for example, let's pop this one on. You would have to then have it sync, and it'll show up on the calendar as well. Okay, I do not have these synced in this specific workspace. So you can also have it, you can change this to where it gives you more of like a day by day. I have it on the month usually, but you could also do it by the week. All right, however you want to do this. Oops, I was going to put it back to month. My favorite view is the list view. I live and breathe by this list view. It makes things super simple for me. But you can also use a board view if you like to have the little blocks. Again, we can customize this one too. We can have it to where, what size do we want this? Well, we want it to be larger. I have them as medium. That's the default one. You can have cover images. Do you want them to have an image? Or do you not want them to have an image? These ones do not actually have images uploaded, so it doesn't matter. You can also have it show, task description. Okay. Do we want to stack the fields or do we not want to stack them, right? We want to stack them. We don't want them stacked. So this is not stacked. This is stacked. Okay. I'm actually going to turn that one off. We can leave all of these. We want to show the empty fields because I want to know if they are filled in or not, right? But you can also collapse the empty columns, right? So we can collapse these open or shut. Oh, I should guess these are open or shut. And you can have the columns colored or not colored. I have them colored. Okay. All right, so that's one part of this. Then you have these. What fields do I want to have shown? I want to have it see how the assignee is there. And I just toggled off all of those. So you see how things start disappearing. They come down here. So we can have the assignee. We've got the priority. We've got the status. I like to see the status right here too. I'm not sure why, but I do. Let's see. We want to have the dates on there. Maybe the task type, if that's important to you. This one's just regular tasks, but if you had task type set up, might be in a more advanced one as well. Okay, so that's what I want to see. I want to see all these things. What did I pop on that was a little strange here? Oh, I popped on the task ID. I don't like that one. Okay, now we can filter. Again, we can filter by, do we only want certain things to show up on this view? You can have as many views as you want here. We can group them by status, or we could group them by assignee, for example. So everything assigned to me is going to be here. And that's where having the status show up would be super important, because now you're going to be able to see where the status is, the differences. Okay. So we can put that back if we wanted to. Let's see, we're going to sort it by, again, we can sort it again. We can have the subtasks collapsed or separate, or not show it all, right? All right, so that's how we have this. So this is super easy. This one shows us that we have a description. This one shows us that it has a checklist, right? And we can easily just update certain things. You can obviously just click into it too, and it's going to bring up the entire task. Same with any of these other ones. And then you can put all of your information about developing a client onboarding process right inside of here. So you can use these different views. You can make them multiple views as well, right? You can literally have 4 list views, and you can have them filtered different ways. You can have them showing different information, okay? You could do the exact same thing here in recurring tasks, right? So we could come in here, and let's just say like I can't show you team because I don't have team in this workspace. But let's say, for example, you can do the exact same way. I'm not even going to show you another way, because that's the way to do it. You do it the exact same way in every single one. You come up here, you create the view, you select which one you want, you come over here and press customize, and you can do whatever you need to customize it. All right. So I hope that was super helpful for you to be able to see all of the ways that you can create a task, and then also, or I shouldn't say create a task, I should say create a view inside of a list, and then add tasks to it, right? And different filters and things like that. So you can customize it to your liking. So let me know if you have any questions by commenting below in the comments. And honestly, like looking at the rest of these tutorials, I'm always open to feedback. So let me know what you need, and I will create a video for you. But until next time, if you are looking for more support on getting ClickUp set up for you, there are options located in the description of this video that will allow you to get more support, either one-on-one or group support, to be able to ensure that your ClickUp workspace is streamlined for your business and it's working really, really well for you. All right. Until next time, we'll see you then.